Okay, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Twisted Tragedies, where we follow all the twists and turns wherever they lead. I am your host, Elise, and we got a couple things to talk about. Number one, if you would like to donate to the channel and help out the channel, we could use that help. We are a very small channel. We didn't do what everybody else did. We didn't jump on the bandwagon. We followed evidence and changed our opinion when our opinion needed changing based on the evidence. So we didn't get a 30,000 subscriber bump in a month for jumping on a bandwagon and being a sheep. So we need a little more help than some of these larger creators that just say shit to jump on these ridiculous bandwagons or to simp for people who share audiences with them. I refuse to do that. I will not do that. I don't believe in putting a stream behind a paywall because you think people want to see it. If it was members only at first, cool. But putting it behind a paywall afterwards, that's weird, funny, scammy shit. And I refuse to do that kind of shit. Does it cost me money in donations for my channel? Absolutely, because I refuse to do shit like not read you guys' comments or put them on the screen unless somebody super chats that comment. I think that's really just a way to sort of drain money out of people. But we do need your help. I'm just a little channel and I can't get by without all of you. So there's one of a billion different ways to support the channel. You can do it with Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Revolut. We have a link that you can use credit or debit for. It's all in the description of the video. It's pinned to the top of the chat as well. We have wish lists. Those are inside of the description of the video as well. Of course, there are the good old super chats and super stickers and memberships that you can buy as well. Those are the last options on my option list there. The everything that goes through YouTube when you're watching creators should be everything on the bottom end of your list of ways to support a channel, because YouTube takes their giant cut, takes a month to get to the creator. They take their sweet time. There's no weekly pay or monthly bi-weekly pay for YouTube. It's monthly, one time a month. So your better options watching anyone that you enjoy is always straight to them, whether it's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whether they have a link, Chime. We have all those options and wish lists as well. All right, this is what we're going to do. So I have decided. We did last night. I don't do live streams usually at night, but we did last night for a reason. It was because I was going on Spaces, right? Hi, Elaine. Happy Friday. And so a lot of people were trying to talk in the space, not in the one I was in, but in ones that happened previous to that, and did not have a chance to do so. So I obviously could not do a Spaces after I did my live here with you guys, because then I would have been on for another 3 hours. I was already exhausted. I'm still exhausted. I am having a massive physical flare up today. I am not, I'm in a lot of pain. So excuse me if I'm like, wiggling a lot today and like adjusting myself, because I'm in a lot of pain, which is why I'm planning on not making this a very super. We are not going past, about 3:20. So we got, an hour and a little bit of change here. So I'm going to start a Spaces on X, and we're also going to stream here. That way, people who are on X and want to speak about Wiretap Gate can do so. I am not letting up people who are trolling. I am not letting up people to speak who are just being assholes and are coming to be assholes. I am only letting up people who know how to remain respectful, who I know can remain respectful. If you're not, you're just getting the boot, and it's really that simple. The rules don't change. They're the same every time, right? I have a lot of people that, I'm a voice for, and I refuse to be bullied into silence to not be that voice for them. And something I was having a conversation with one of the victims about this morning is something that I have said privately to people, not to that specific person, but to other people. And I just want to point it out because it's such a valid freaking point. Yes, I will absolutely give you a summary. You just got to give me a minute. This is something, like I said, I've said in private, and I'm going to say it again now, because this person said it to me this morning, and I didn't think anybody else thought of it like that except me. So it was actually pretty cool to sort of have that validation, right? And they said to me, Elise, it's almost as if I am now just a character, right? I'm not a real person. to these people who run around, saying my name and spreading lies and spreading smears just to hide their own dirt. I'm a character in a book to people on X and Facebook. I don't matter. I'm not a real person. I don't have real feelings. I'm just like a robot, right? Like, and I've thought that, I've been dealing with this kind of harassment just for warning people about these characters that you're dealing with now, and people are finding out real quick. I wasn't wrong, and I've been trying to warn you and nobody was listening. Maybe next time you'll listen. I don't know. But we're not robots, people. Okay? We're not. We're real people. We are real people with real feelings and real lives. And if you think that the things that you do on X or Facebook or the things that you believe willingly from people who are just shady, these smears and these lies and rumors and look over here and don't see what I did shit, the whataboutism, that kind of crap, it affects real people's lives. Whether it's the income, if you're a streamer like me and you have a bunch of idiots running around saying shit that's not true about you, that's deterring people from joining that community because they think that person's a monster, right? Right? So I have to work twice as hard than anyone else to bring a donation into my channel, right? Which has to go to covering costs first, right? And then maybe I make something on top of that. I'm grateful for every single penny, nickel, and dime that comes into this because it goes to real life. It goes to groceries on my table. It goes to clothes for my children. It goes to toilet paper in the bathroom, okay? We get by paycheck to paycheck and we work hard for what we have. We might not have a lot, but I put a lot of good karma in this world because I believe if you put good karma in, you get good karma back. That's what I believe, and that's what I was raised to believe. And nobody can ever change my mind on that. But this person was right when I was talking to them this morning. We're not robots. We're humans. We're humans. And the bad shit, the lies, the smears, those do affect these people's everyday lives. It's affected mine in ways that I can't even express to you guys because it's so deplorable and disgusting, the stuff that I've had to deal with simply for not lying for someone, okay? Telling the truth and warning people. We might not agree on the Karen Reed case, and we don't have to, just like Cleavar said here. I don't have to agree with you on that case. We can agree on probably a million other things. But this hate, this anger, this tearing people down, this lying to cover your own ass, this smearing other people, this look over here but don't look at me shit, that shit's been going on for 3 years and people have blindly been following it. Blindly. I mean, look at what happened with Jen O'Donnell. That was deplorable and disgusting. And then when she said, I'm at my limit, right? I'm at my limit. I am having mental health. Please stop. I'm going to harm myself. What happened then? They just pressed the gas some more, laughed at it, mocked it as if it was a funny joke. I'm sorry, her life's not a funny joke. I don't take that lightly. My father resides inside of this necklace because he took his own life, right? My children do not get to spend time with their papa. I do not get to tinker with a car outside with my dad and have a beer as an adult. My dad didn't get to walk me down the aisle. He didn't get to dance with me at my father-daughter dance in my wedding because he took his own life. So this whole thinking it's funny, ha 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 ha, this mean girl shit, like we're in, middle school. What they did to Esty was disgusting and deplorable. These fake sock accounts, these, and then they play victim. And this is the part that I have a huge issue with. Okay. I'll start the spaces after this, but this is the part I have a huge issue with. You cannot make 52 sock accounts bashing a multitude of women that you just don't like because your boyfriend doesn't like them, right? For no real reason other than he's covering his own dirt, which you'll learn in time he's going to use you to do that too. Well, wait, he already did. Shocker, huh? But you cannot do that and then have the audacity to get onto Twitter and say, oh my God, this Mary Neal account was terrible and awful. And every day I woke up not knowing what it would say. I'm sorry. And I have to do this. I'm sorry. Wake up, Meredith. Come back to reality. Okay. And take some fucking accountability. Do not sit here in front of all of these people, these decent humans, and put this facade on like you're this angel victim, that you've done anything. You've never done anything without it being, done to you first. That's utter bullshit. Utter fucking bullshit. We had done nothing to you. Nothing. And you took it upon yourself to use your Barry R. Cheeky Reddington, Chris Albert, 1993, a closet baby, and a multitude of other fake stock accounts that, by the way, she's admitted to privately, and I have the receipts on that, but not publicly. The amount of mean girl shit she did is deplorable and disgusting. And I wondered to myself, reading every comment of everybody doing the whole poor me thing. Oh, poor Meredith, you poor thing. I can't believe you went through something like that. Oh, anybody who would make an account like that is terrible and awful and crazy. And I don't understand this mean girl shit. And this is awful. I really wondered to myself if she sat there and she read those poor me messages that she sort of dragged in by playing the poor me's and said, oh shit, that applies to me. That applies to me. But I don't think she did, because I don't think she has any actual empathy or accountability or responsibility. Because at this point, maybe then she would say, you know what? They're right. I did do some really shitty things. I said some awful things. I did some shitty things. I feel bad about it. I want to apologize. But no, instead, it's just completely act like that didn't happen. None of those accounts, were you or existed when people have the evidence to prove otherwise. And just keep pretending like you're the victim of one singular account. Let's be clear here. That one singular account was made in response to all the mean girl stuff that was going on. In response, not out of the blue. In response, this facade of, Meredith is just this nice person and she's so kind and nice. And oh my God, you can't believe somebody would do such a thing. Well, what would you say if I told you she did the exact same thing a multitude of times to numerous women and then laughed about it and then laughed about it some more and then some more and then some more and then some more because she didn't get caught. Then she was caught and it happened to her. And instead of realizing that, hey, I don't want to do this to people because I don't want it happening to me like any normal person would do, you play the victim. I mean, that literally made my stomach want to come out of my throat. I was so disgusted. When does the accountability start? Yeah, Aiden cheated on her multitude of times. That's not a shocker. And I have no doubt that he is threatening her. No doubt in my mind. He's done it to every woman he's ever been with. The gaslighting, the threats. If you don't do this and this and this, or if you don't be quiet, I'm going to destroy you. The basics of what he normally does. The way he tried to do the exact same thing to Karen way back in trial 1 because she didn't give him a seat and he was throwing a tantrum. Yeah, but it gets worse because these women were with him, right? When the fuck is the accountability? When is the I'm sorry? I don't like the way it felt and I feel awful about doing it to other people. No. Instead, we play the victim, right? Play the victim behind the scenes. We're playing the victim right now. As we speak, we're playing the victim. Wham, poor Meredith. But not taking the initiative to apologize to any of the people that she harmed with what she did. Just trying to, do the whataboutism and look over here, not over here. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. So he didn't do a bust off live, okay, because he had court this morning via Zoom for New Jersey. Donna had her hearing to extend the order with him out of New Jersey. It's basically like an HPO. It's called something else in New Jersey, but it's our version of, their version of what we would have as an HPO. And they started the hearing, and then his attorney said he couldn't stay after 1:30, and the judge had like a long list of things to do. So the judge said, okay, Mr. Betterow, you can't stay till 1:30. Cool, fine. This order remains in full effect, and we'll see you back here again November 5th. So they have another court date. That order is in full effect. He does not get to talk about her, call her names, call her a scammer, which is false, by the way. Just once again, false. He calls everybody a scammer. Everyone's a scammer. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's the same, like 6 things. Okay. So the order remains in full effect until they go back, because this is still the temporary order, remember. I did watch the JFK thing. I have a couple things to say, right, about that. I go by Twisted Tragedies, and this is some fucking clown shit. All right, that's what I have to say. I go by Twisted Tragedies, and this is some fucking clown shit. All right? I'm just saying. Projection is everyone's strong suit over there. The mean girl shit has to fucking stop, dude. Like, recently I realized some of these same actors are then now sort of attacking Nan Gallagher, and it's like, listen, that poor lady came into this almost all the way through, trial 2-ish. Didn't know all the backstory of all the other things that these people have done to other people, I assume. I didn't, of course, when I stepped in. So most people don't know, like, the stuff that these people did prior. They just assume they're decent humans. Well, don't assume, right? And so poor Nan, right, has now been threatened and harassed and sock accounts. We're talking about the same people here. Let me be clear. The people who supposedly heard this recording were the Glare, Auntie Deb, Meredith, and Nurse Kim. Those are the people that supposedly heard or got a copy of said recording. There's one more person. I can't remember who the fuck it is, but those are the ones. Nobody wants to say the names. I'm just going to say the fucking names. Those are the people. There's another name again, but I can't remember who the fuck it was. Bottom line is this. It's very telling that a lot of these same people, minus Nurse Kim, really, it's, Will and Jamie, are involved in a lot of this shit that's happening behind closed doors. Okay? A lot of it. A lot of this setting a fire here, setting a fire here, setting a fire here, setting a fire here shit they do, it revolves around the same people over and over and over and over. Okay? It's unfortunate, but it's true. Okay? Let's see. Oh, a couple times. A couple times. He did a couple times. He got caught a couple times. I agree with that. That there's a lot to be said about, you say a lot of shit publicly, right? And I've gotten a lot of apologies privately, and I don't mind taking apologies privately. But it was not just recently that somebody pointed out, like, but what about all the damage they did publicly? If they were sorry, really decently sorry, some of them, because I know some of them are sorry. I've had these conversations, but some of them, wouldn't you think that you would publicly apologize? Because the damage that you did, you can't undo, but maybe you could mitigate it a little. But that doesn't happen either, because they don't want to be attacked by the rest of the mob. It's unfortunate, okay? It's unfortunate. We're not doing this today, StreamYard. We're not. You fucking douche nozzle. StreamYard is like not my friend yesterday. It's fucking around today. I'm not in the mood for it. For something that we pay like $50 a month for, lately it's just been doing its own thing with this whole buffering bullshit. I'm not about it. I'm not fucking about it. What is happening right now? Okay. Sorry. All right. Yeah, it's not behind the scenes shit, So, I mean, here's the thing. It is a frenzy. It is a frenzy, It is. It is a frenzy. I mean, I get along with a lot of people. That's the shocker, right? I actually get along with a lot of people. People who treat me with respect get that respect back. But it's the people that just believe the smears and the BS about me that they just send out all the time because they don't like who I'm friends with, or they don't like who I defend, or they don't like the truth I'm telling. So instead, it's just, smears, rumors, attacks, same things over and over and over. It's the people that blindly believe that the problem it becomes, because they just come to you and they think like saying something insulting that isn't true is somehow gonna make you, I don't know, mad, sad, upset. I don't know. You saying something that isn't true doesn't magically make it true. You can say it 72 times. That's why he does it. He says it over and over and over. So a multitude of people will repeat it over and over and over. And then to them, it becomes a fact, when in reality, there is no fact, right? You can say that Esty stole a seat 72 times over. It does not make it fucking true. Let me be clear here. She didn't steal anybody's seat. That was just the excuse they used to attack the poor girl. For what? For what? Attack somebody that was helping you out? Someone who's being a decent friend? who's like, hey, I'll give anybody rides who needs rides. Like, I'll pick up the tab here. You know, I'll make sure I'm by your side here. I mean, how do you do someone who's being a decent human that dirty? You know, it's funny because I had the same experience over there. So it doesn't shock me, but it's just really sad because most people would die for a friend like that. Right. And to me, people say it to me all the time. They're like, at least it's their loss if they want to believe bullshit, because you're a really good friend. And anybody who knows me knows what kind of friend I am. And to me, you're not even friend, you're family at that point, right? You become like family to me. I don't have a live family, as you mostly know. And so friends to me are very important. They're very important. I want them to feel like I care about them, and, you know, send a little gift once here in a while. Just, hey, I'm thinking about you. And this thing, you know, that I saw triggered my memory to say you love these things, and I'm going to send it to you. Like, I'm that type of person that even if I don't have, I want somebody else to have. Or even if I don't have, you know, if I had one box of macaroni, I'd split it straight down the middle with you. That's just who I am. It's who I've always been. And to think that people will sit there and bash someone for simple, petty jealousy issues instead of talking like grown-ass adults if you have an issue, or why you don't want to lift each other up as friends. Friends should want to lift each other up and help each other out. That's how I've always been as a friend. I don't know why people want to smack each other down. It doesn't make sense to me, but I didn't grow up being told that's normal, right? My grandparents pretty much raised me, and then I was in foster care. So maybe it was the old school teachings of my grandparents that taught me, be a good human, you know, help each other out. Even if you don't have much, you always have something you can give or help with. And I do. And I live by that because that's what my grandparents taught me. And to me, the amount of harming one another and lies and scheming and making fake accounts and bullying and threatening. No innocent person needs to fucking threaten people. Okay? That's not normal behavior. You don't threaten people if you're, you know, innocent, not doing anything wrong. That's just insane to me. You know, absolutely freaking bananas. Absolutely freaking bananas. It does not make any sense at all. It's insane. It's insane to me. They made up this lie that she stole someone's seat at Karen's during the case, and then they all shunned her and they called her names and they threatened her and they harassed her. She can't even make a tweet anymore without being harassed by a mob. You know? Can't even say a freaking word. That's not okay. That is not okay. Well, no one should be illegally recorded. You know, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of Karen Reed. All right. That's my honest opinion. You guys are always going to get that, right? But no one should be illegally fucking recorded. And this is something he has done a million times over. It is not, oh, he would never be too stupid to do that. Okay, then why is he too stupid to consistently threaten people in writing? He was just doing it less than a month ago. And I mean ongoing. So, what? Yes, he is too stupid. Narcissists don't think. They do not think about logically what's going to happen. They base it on emotion and jealousy only. Darvo. Flip it around and become the victim. Play the victim and flip it around on the person who is the messenger. Just like they did to Flip. That's it. Like, what did Flip do to deserve that? Now, I don't agree with any of his opinions when it comes to the Karen Reed case, and I can respectfully disagree with him on that. But at the same time, recognize that what they did to him, and even JFK, this is really disgusting, okay? To blame Flip, you're blaming the messenger, my dude. It doesn't matter why Karen talked to him. You're acting like he's just no one because you're not, you know, Sewer Turtle. If you're not Sewer Turtle, you're no one. A, that's just not true. B, I probably know more than half of those creators put together on what the fuck's going on behind closed doors and what has been going on for quite a long time. So who the fuck are they is the question. Who the fuck are they? This whole who are you and where are you from needs to matter. I don't give a fuck if they were from Timbuktu. The receipt is the receipt. The information is the information. It doesn't matter where they're from. It doesn't matter if they know everybody or nobody involved. It just doesn't. So to use that as an excuse of why does it matter? Why does it matter where he's from? I don't give a fuck if he's from Australia or not. That should give it more credibility that he is from Australia. He is not from here. What reason would he have to lie? Just saying. And then they use the good old Well, Flip's just being deceptive because Aiden was calling him out and he had a beef with Aiden. That is the same excuse going back 10 fucking years that Aiden has used with anybody who has told the truth about him. Oh, they're just mad at me because I exposed them, so they're just lying. It's literally a tactic he admits to in his personal texts, that he'll just attack that person first so that it ruins, nobody will listen to them when they actually do say the truth. And it's unfortunate, but he was already setting up to do that the second Flip sent him the text message and said, hey, dude, what's going on here? The second he did that, Aiden started setting up to attack Flip. And that's what he does. That's something, again, pattern of behavior over and over and over. This is not new. It's not something new he's doing out of the blue. This is something he always does. And you have to stop and take a look and say, if he can do that to all of these people, how many other people did he fucking do it to? Well, I can tell you at least 24 victims I have spoken with, and some of them I have very close relationships with. And I am positive there is more that have not come to me out of fear. There are a couple that won't even give me their regular government names. They're so afraid. And most people know I would never give that out. But I mean, I think about all the ones that didn't come to me, that maybe they went to someone else or never stepped forward. How many other people are suffering in silence right now, being smeared and lied about? Also, he can hide his dirt. You're caught. You fucking lied. It's that simple. Okay? They both want attention. It's an attention thing. You know what I mean? It's an attention thing. Hey, Scorpio. All right, I need to scroll down these. Okay, I'll tell you why that full recording is never going to see the light of day. Because there are some things on there that are incriminating to Karen, right? It's never going to, you're never going to hear the full call. Karen's yelling at Aiden. Aiden brings his volume down because this is what he does, right? This is really what he does when he's recording people. He's done it a multitude of times. He screams and yells before he hits record, and he gets you going. And then once he hits record, he lowers his voice and pretends that he's calm, and you're the psycho because you're now screaming and yelling at him because he's baited you into doing so, right? And that's what he does throughout that call. He remains calm, and Karen yells at him for a multitude of things that, just to be clear, I've been telling you guys for a while. Her really getting sick of him saying that he was arrested because of Karen Reed. He wasn't. The arrest had absolutely zero to do with Karen Reed. Nothing to do with it. It had to do with him going to Lindsay's house, threatening her, okay? Gaslighting her, threatening her, making her sit there and forcing her to give her phone to him while he sat there and went through it because he needed to know what she said to Kate Peter. That's all he cared about. That's all he cared about, is what did Lindsay say to Kate? And so he went through her phone, threatened her, told her to throw her phone in a river. You know, if you don't say anything, I'll get you an attorney, but I have to control what your attorney is doing. The amount of shit, okay, that he did that night. He made a fake account before he went there and showed it to her. Also, as a threat, I will destroy you, right? That this is what he does. Then he illegally wiretapped her. Okay, remember that. Also, it wasn't audio. It was a video, just so everyone knows. It was a video that he made, put it in his pocket. Later on, tried to alter that video into an audio to add in "you're being recorded" because he knew it was illegal wiretapping and he wanted to play it. But he made the grave mistake of sending it to people before he edited it as video, as the video that it was. And you can see him put it in his fucking pocket. Okay. He adds. So when I put it in originally to look at it, look at the sound, because you can tell if something's altered. You could tell immediately that he had altered it in the beginning. The sound is different. It goes up and it's not the same. It is not the same. And of course, later on, he was charged with dissemination of wiretapping for wiretapping her and witness intimidation. That is why he was arrested. It had nothing to do with Karen Reed. So Karen was getting real sick. And I've been telling you guys this for over a year. Real sick of him saying, well, I got arrested for Karen Reed. I got arrested for Karen Reed. That was his narrative. Nothing to do with Karen Reed. Had absolutely not a single fucking thing to do with Karen Reed. And so she was really kind of sick of that. She was kind of sick of him using that narrative when that just wasn't true. And so she screams at him about that. And a multitude of other things, how he got her phone taken the second time around, how, you know, he's done X, Y, and Z, and how he's lied about X, Y, and Z, and how he has, sent screenshots of this and this and how the police have this and this in his phones. And, you're not going to get the full recording. Bottom line, you're just not. The like button is very helpful. Yes. He does. He has petty jealousy. If you have 4,000 people in your chat and he has 3,300, you're now a target of his. I kid you not when I say that petty. I literally kid you not. Okay? I kid you not. He wants to have all the credit for everything. Oh, that was nice of you to say, Benny. And I would do it for anyone. You're my friend, and I would do it for anyone who is my friend. Anyone. I think Kara actually recently said something on Twitter. It was like 2 days ago, and somebody was saying something, and I said something, and Kara was, oh, that's what it was. We were talking about domestic violence and coercive control, and she didn't have to, and she got on there and she said, please help me get out of a 8-year DV relationship. And she didn't have to put that out there. I don't do this shit for a pat on the back. I do it because it's the right fucking thing to do, and someone has to help. Whether it's your friend or a stranger. I have strangers all the time that come to me through someone else I've helped, who are their friends or their family or a friend's friends, and someone's like, oh, I had somebody who helped me with this. So it's like, I put good karma in the world because it's the right fucking thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But when I sat there and had to go over the JFK show at 1.5 times, and I'm literally watching this fucking shit show happen in front of my eyes, I'm watching like the super chats and stuff, and I'm like, this is what people pay for. This is what they want. Like, I'm watching the super chats go off like $50, $50, 20, 20, 20, 10, 15, 20, 10, 50. And I'm like, this is entertainment to you? Like, this is what you're like appreciative to pay for? Like, people lying to each other, and like, it blows my fucking mind. Really. It really does. I don't get it. I don't understand. Once again, I go by Twisted Tragedies, and this is some clown shit. All right. This is some fucking clown shit. Yeah. He has to go back November 5th, and the order remains the way it is right now until he goes back. And yeah, it's extended until he goes back because they couldn't finish the hearing. Betero said he couldn't be there until 1:30. I find that really fucking hard to believe, but I mean, hey. Hey. Oh my God, if it was Jen McCabe, if it was anyone but him, let's just throw that out there. It doesn't even have to be Jen McCabe. If it was anybody but him that wiretapped Karen Read, anybody but, literally anyone, he would be trashing them. He'd be writing blogs about them. He'd be calling them every name in the book. He'd be putting out all their personal information. He would demand that they answer questions, right? You got questions? Or answer some questions, right? All of that would happen. But because it is him, everyone needs to shut up. All the content creators need to shut up, and different rules apply. Now it's his personal business. Now it's an argument between personal people. Stop it. That's utterly ridiculous. Don't use that fucking argument. Don't fucking use that argument. It's his personal business. Listen, he does not get to do the bullshit of, oh, it's a personal business. All he does is trash people's fucking personal business. Stop it. Stop it. He does not get that cop out. Sorry, not sorry. And if it was anyone else, he would be trashing them. He does not get a fucking pass for that. He does not get a fucking pass. I think he went a little hard at Flip. I think he went a little hard at Flip. The whole asking him if he's got mental health issues. Like, dude, it's 4:30 in the morning. He's fucking A, exhausted. B, he's been getting hammered on for days. And C, there was a little TV ass kissing in there a little bit. You're shooting the messenger, bro, right? Flip at least took responsibility like a grown-ass man for the mistake he made, right? We're not seeing that same thing. I think he went, and other people agree with me, that he went at Flip a little hard, dude. Like, there was really no need. Well, I mean, again, I base people on getting to know them, right? Unless I know otherwise. I think he went hard at Flip, and there was really no fucking need. I mean, I don't think it took her a while, though, right? To figure it out, because he tried to blackmail her in the first trial, but she really didn't have a choice but to deal with him through the second trial because of that. So, I mean, she got pissed at him, didn't talk to him for a while, but then like slowly let him back in just enough. And then, then you made the mistake of trusting him again a little more than you should have after listen, after you try to blackmail me the first time, I'm pretty much going to tell you to go fuck yourself at that point. She didn't do that because she couldn't do that. Right? Unfortunately. All right. Let me get down to the bottom of these fucking comments because otherwise I'll never get to the end of them. I don't need okay, make something very fucking clear here. I don't need JFK for views or content. All right? It's the subject of what happened. If he wasn't involved in any of this scenario, I wouldn't have to fucking say it, now would I? Make no mistake, dude, I do not need JFK for views or content. Sure did. Yeah, he did. He went hard on Flippa. There was no reason. Well, I mean, it's none of anybody's business. B, it's 4:30 in the morning, bro. It's 4:30. He's 4:30 in the fucking morning, and you're asking him, does he have mental health issues? Why? Because he looks he looks sad. Well, he's probably fucking tired at 4:30 in the morning. I'm guessing, Days of Our Lives. What's the other one? General Hospital. So when our parents watched when we were kids. Hey, shopkeeper! Shopkeeper. I didn't take it the wrong way. I did watch more than one show. So let's be clear here. Let's be clear. I watched more than one show. Okay. He absolutely went way too hard at Flip and absolutely at one point started pandering back over to TV. It happened. You can say it didn't all you want, but it fucking happened. I watched it. I mean, I don't know what he makes, right? I have no idea what in that aspect, what he makes, doesn't make. Again, you guys know my stance on content creators. They should make money if they're making content, but there's a line, right? The line is drawn when you're lying to your audience on purpose and then hiding things that you lied to your audience about so that they don't know. Those are people who are giving you money, right? You should have the same respect for them to not just blatantly lie to them, to their faces, and then try to hide it. Come on, man. Oh, absolutely. I agree with you on that. If I didn't know what somebody looked like after 3 fucking months, yeah, I might react. Like, what the? And you still won't show me what you look like, but you're going to show this idiot what you look like magically all of a sudden right now, right away. You already FaceTimed him, but the person that you're quote falling in love with for 3 months, you won't get on a FaceTime with. Like, that's weird shit. I'm sorry. That's fucking weird. Anyone would have questioned that. Literally anyone. Oh, it's yeah. See, I don't know anything about that. I'm solely basing what happened in this scenario and the fact that it was wrong, right? You're shooting a messenger. It was a deflection, a way to deflect from Aiden being caught, fucking lying outright. And the way to deflect was to just start going at Flip, They do ask about you, and I'm like, he's alive. He's he's alive. Some people needed a break from all of this, and I don't blame them. Sometimes I need a break, Oh, girl, listen. All right, well, a lot. Have you heard of Wiretap Gate at all? If you haven't, then I'm gonna have to have somebody else explain to you in chat because I could not possibly go through the whole thing right now. Yeah, there is a huge double standard. Some people can say this, other people aren't allowed to say anything at all. And that's a huge problem that I have. Any content creator should say what they need to say on their show, and they should not be silenced. They should not have to pander to another content creator because they share the same audience. And I've seen a lot of that going around lately. They share an audience, so they need to pander, and sort of stay on the good side of some of these people, because if they don't, their chats are going to turn on this person with a little bit lower subscriber count, and they're going to lose money and they're going to lose subscribers. And it's like the pandering's just getting out of fucking control here. Say what you mean and say it with your fucking chest. All right. Right? Let's get a beer in real life. Let's go play paintball in real life. I'm like a big kid. Let's go do like, you know, laser tag. Let's go play at the fucking arcade, all right? And get some appetizers. Like like shit, man. Listen, there are content creators that don't show their faces ever. They solely just use the icon and they keep their cameras off. And I'm okay with that. There's reasons, right? I never did that unless it's like a day I'm not feeling well or something, I'll shut my camera off. But I've never like kept myself completely anonymous. But I do understand why people do. What I have been through makes me realize that there are reasons why people do it right away. But let's be clear here. He wasn't trying to make himself anonymous to her. He was trying to FaceTime with her, right? So it's not the same. You know what I mean? Okay. So I know I need to start the spaces to let other people talk. Yes, he wiretapped Karen. He recorded a phone conversation with Karen and then lied about it. It happens all the time, though. People literally send their people. They'll text them and be like, go into this person's chat and talk shit. This is what you guys have no idea the shit that happens behind closed doors. The mean girl behavior, even from grown-ass men, which is just gross to me. But the mean girl behavior that happens that you guys have no idea about. Like none at all. Okay, love you. Bye. I feel like being someone who used to be an addict and who's been 18 years sober, I believe in second chances. I also know that I have watched people not realize like the harm that this cult does until they're on the outside of it. And then they sincerely really fucking feel bad. And then at that point, when you're on the outside, they realize like, oh, this really was like a cult. And I didn't see it because I was in it. And I have to feel for those people because at one point I bought their bullshit. It was for a very short period of time, but nonetheless, I think I have to be fair to everyone, right? And again, there's a short list of people I wouldn't fucking help. And my heart will stay cold on that case. But, on those specific people. But I think the people that have had enough balls to apologize to other people, and there are some of them not currently supporting her or the narrative at all. They've just, realized what happened and they're trying to recover, in therapy and everything else. There are a lot of them that are just trying to live normal life, and they have nothing to do with any of this anymore other than watching from afar and hoping that other people don't get mobbed out, by a mob of fucking maniacs, because that's the shit that we're happening. Oh, I bet it is, girl. That Boston traffic is something else. Yeah, exactly. So speaking of which, let me just show you real quick. Hold on. Nobody message me on X right now, please. Because if you message me on X, it possibly could pop up when I show my screen. So unless you want your shit shown, do not, and I said do not, message me. Okay. Let me get this shit on the screen here for you guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. While I'm doing that, you guys know how to support the channel. We would appreciate it. I'm going to send out the last 5 because after the first of the month, YouTube gives me 10 subscriptions to give for free. I gave 5 yesterday. I'm giving 5 now. And that's my 10 for the month. So see who gets them. I have no control. It is random. PBR, Stephanie P, Stitching with Sisterlies, Danny, and Emma D. Congratulations, all of you. All right, let's see. Hey, Lisa. I try to be fair to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was raining green. That would be great. All right. I'm trying to get this up on the screen. So, right. Karen. Oh, you can bypass it. Venmo. Like you can bypass the stupid phone number thing, but the last digits are 1609. But you can do it anyway without the phone number. All right, hold on. I gotta get this on the screen. It's not fucking cooperating with me right now. Screen share, please. Screen share. Uh-oh. Okay. Yes, 1609. All right, thank you. Totally welcome. Glad you got it. Oh, no, Ash. That's no good. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I might be in the same boat as you, but with my liver. Okay, let's see. Oh, for fuck's sake. It shouldn't be. You should be able to bypass the number. It should have, there's a thing at the bottom that says, like, do it anyway or whatever, and you can just click that. And it'll bypass asking for the full phone number. Because I don't want to give the full, obviously, I don't want to give the full phone number right here. I'll be getting fucking trolls all day. And then I'll have to block a bunch of numbers and do a whole bunch of extra shit that I don't want to do. But Venmo does have an option to bypass the phone number. It should say, like, right below that, like, bypass or do without, or it says something along those lines, it says. I don't. No, I don't think Venmo has a customer service. I think you have to do, like, chat on it, which is ridiculous. I mean, if you have, like, you want to use the debit card that your Venmo is attached to, there's a link right here in chat at the top that you can click on, and you can just do the card numbers on Venmo that way. That might be easier if it's not working like that. I appreciate it, believe me, because we haven't gotten one yet today. So believe me, I appreciate it. Venmo customer service is, I think you have to do it like through their chat. I don't think there's a number anymore. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, no, you don't. Now we're just trolling. All right. So this, I can't pull this up. Why? For the love of God. Okay. Well, this is as big as it will let me make it, unfortunately. But this is Karen in JFK's chat last night. You know, she popped in to make a couple comments, right? She has a wrench, which means that JFK had added her to his mods, right? And in order to add someone to be a mod, you have to, like, put their URL in their screen. So you have to, like, know it's them to add them in to be your mod, right? So, you know, this was probably the, like, 10th or 12th message. I mean, I read them all. Most of the ones before this, no, he got bounced for just trolling, bottom line. Trolling. Like, don't waste my fucking time, dude. I don't have time for that shit. All right? I don't have fucking time for the trolling bullshit. I have other people here who want to actually hear what the fuck happened, and whether you're trying, I mean, I don't know why you would troll with, I'm trying to send you a donation. Like, I'm trying to be polite here. If you want to do that, cool. These are the ways you can do it. But trolling that way, I mean, that's just fucking nasty. Like, really. Yeah, they have been claiming they were AI. I bet you knew they weren't AI, Maestro. Same with you, freak. I bet you knew instantly, just like I did. It popped it in the computer, looked at the audio, and was like, okay, ambient noise. It's not chopping up. And you guys were like, nope, not AI. Sorry, not sorry. Straight up, right? I mean, just saying, right? Okay, so this message here is one of, you know, the things that Karen says in the chat. And so JFK asked her, like, do you want to say anything about the wiretapping? You know, you don't have to, but do you want to say anything while you're here in the chat about wiretapping? And Karen says, and this is what it says. It says, obviously, I was recorded without my consent or even knowledge. Right? No, it wasn't serious. You wouldn't be asking for my social security number. The last four digits of my social security number for Venmo. Yeah. After asking for the phone number, and you know what I mean? The customers, like, that's just straight up trolling. But yes, So she says that, right? There's another one after that. Is it this one? Where she says, yeah, okay, this one. It says, there are content creators who supposedly support me who knew I was recorded and they shared it with other people. These are people who supposedly supported me, right? Okay, weird, right? Weird. Karen says that she was recorded without her knowledge. And then she says that there are content creators that had it, didn't tell her, and knew she was recorded without her knowledge, and then sent it to other people as well. Now, what happened with all of this? Well, the people who had it then sent it to other people, right? And one of those people then sent it to Karen and her attorneys, obviously, and also sent it out to Sean and John Barron and Flip, right? And so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, hold on. What the hell is that noise? It was weird. Yeah, so I was on Spaces live here with you guys and on Spaces so you guys could hear what's going on in Spaces, right? We're doing all that. This is happening live on that channel. So I have someone else telling me and sending me these screenshots as it's happening. I had to then go back and read, like watch the live, read the comments that she was writing, put it in context, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to get them because they don't like what we're talking about. Bottom line is a lot of people were tried to be silenced about a lot of this stuff. And because I'm speaking out about the way that they treated people like SD, Jen O'Donnell, like if I can't call out bullying to people on this side, if I don't also call out bullying to people on that side, because bullying is wrong, period. You don't threaten people. Okay. You don't have to like them. Cool. Just ignore them then. But the threatening, come on, man. The blackmailing, the going after people's families, like, no, you got to call it on both sides, dude. And people might not like it, but listen, I'm a fair person. And I don't like to judge people without knowing them. It's just not who I am. But also, if I don't call out bad behavior on both sides, I'd be kind of a fucking hypocrite, wouldn't I? I'd be like, okay, it's only bad when they do it, but it's not bad when someone over here does it. Like bullying, period, no matter who fucking does it, is wrong. I don't give a shit. I'm always going to say it. And unfortunately, some people don't want to hear it. It is what it is. You know? It is what it is. But then Karen says, well, it's Monarch. I couldn't answer that. You know, I wish that I could answer that because I would love to know why. That'd be fucking great, you know? Okay, come on. No, I don't want it in drafts. No. 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 Okay. I would like to go into the other one that I have, which is this one. She says, like my case, the truth will come out. Please be patient. I have multiple cases going on. There's another one where she asks for, here it is. I asked for honesty and was lied to repeatedly. Right? So this is the shit that she says about the wiretapping, about Eden. And there it is. Okay? There it is. I mean, you can't, they are, but then you have the same like 10 or 20 people that are just like, well, he said there's more to the story, so I'm going to believe him. I mean, do you really have to be that? I mean, again, I go by Twisted Tragedies, and this is some fucking clown shit. All right? This is some fucking clown shit. This is some fucking clown shit. I can't. I literally can't. What in the actual fuck is wrong with people? It is all in front of you. You have the wiretapping. You have the fact he had lunch. He went and threatened fucking Meredith after to say it was a lie because he didn't want his life ruined by, now mind you, he's lying, but he's gaslighting someone else to say they're going to ruin his life. Mind you, he's done that before to a multitude of women. Let's just be clear. Also, Nick Rocco popped onto this stream when people were like, that's not really Karen Reed. Again, she has a wrench. I'm told months ago. Okay. Months ago, they added her to the mods for that channel. Okay. Once again, this was months ago. And Nick at the time popped in and said the same thing. Like, okay, it is her. Like that is the real Karen. All right. So last night, Nick Rocco pops in again and says, yes, it is. It is the real Karen. That is not a fake Karen. Again, she's got a wrench. So I mean, she's modding, right? Like she had to be added. Yeah, I mean, I caught that too, Jim. I don't know if anyone else did. Clearly you did, right? I talked to somebody this morning about that, actually. Now, there were some statements made around you fucking up the game for everyone. It's entertainment. I know you got to play the game too. And that kind of goes back to the ass kissing he was doing the day before, It is Karen. That there is no doubt, period. It's Karen, right? So that's clear. Okay. So all the people are like, not Karen. No, it is. You just willfully blind and refuse to see what's right in front of you, because if you admit that he did this and then he lied about it, then you have to admit that he's probably lied about some other shit and some other people, and that your hero isn't so much of a hero as he is a scumbag. You have to admit that. And in order to admit that, right, you'd have to admit that you attacking other people when he gives a dog whistle is pretty shitty. Now, isn't it? And they don't want to give in to that. People don't want to give in to that. I've seen quite a few people be like, wow, I'm really disappointed. I think he's kind of a shitbag. And it's like they acknowledge it. They acknowledge it and they're not trying to defend it, Oh, so maybe I have to send you one because sometimes because I have a check mark, sometimes if you don't have a check mark and you're trying to send someone one that doesn't have a check mark, unless you talk to them before, it doesn't let you do it. So I'll send you one. Hold on. But yes, he did confirm that it was Karen. And I agree with you. There are some motive issues here where these people are like, well, it's entertainment. And I understand the game. And I understand that you have to do this and you have to do that. It's like, but if you're admitting that it's all a fucking game and it's all about money and like, okay, once again, yes, content creators need to be paid for what they do. We spend a lot of time on this stuff. It is not free to stream. Like there are costs involved. Everybody absolutely should make money, but there should be a fucking line. If you're lying to your audience for it, you don't deserve it. If you're not, thankful because someone didn't send more than $5 at a time, you don't deserve it. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you're, telling people they don't deserve, LA, can you do me a favor and just comment on the last tweet I have so I can find you? Because it's not letting me like just search you by that name, obviously. But if you comment on it, I can just go straight to your if you comment on my last tweet there, the Turtleboy Wiretap exposed one, I can send you a DM that way. Well, it's not entertainment for anyone. It's life, right? And this is what they don't understand. You guys want to sit there and trash people based on the word of the sewer turtle. These are lives you're hurting. Real people's lives. And for what? For fucking entertainment? I mean, would it be entertainment if it was your life? Right? The amount of admitting that went on in there about you're fucking up everyone else's game and we all gotta, we gotta do this together and we gotta hop on together. I mean, it was giving the very big vibes of I'm grifting. Let's all grift together. We all know the game. We'll all shut up a little. Either ask questions or don't fucking ask questions, but don't half-ass that shit, bro. Okay. Like I'm not an FKR content creator. So I was already asking questions and talking about it. There's just a big difference because no one listens. They just assume that everyone who's, doesn't think Karen is innocent is some asshole because TV said so. Not only is that not true, but we do actually like to get to the truth of things and know what the actual hell is going on and hold them accountable. Because if you're going to tell your audience all about, transparency and fairness and justice while you're actively lying to people, that's a fucking huge problem. For all the people who are like, this is his personal business between him and Karen, it's no one else's business, and who cares? Who even cares? Everyone fucking cares because it's a crime. And if you're going to blatantly lie to these people the way that you just did in 26 minutes of fucking spaces while you're screaming and yelling, then what else did you lie about? And this is something I've been trying to piece together for people for quite some time. There's a lot he's lied about. There's a lot of people he's lied about, and there's a lot of people he's hurt just to keep his own dirt under wraps. There's a whole lot more. And again, if anybody had been listening to me at this point, you would have heard me say that this was going to happen a fucking year ago. You would have heard me say that every relationship he has ever had in any capacity has dissolved and ended in him attacking someone. Why? Because eventually they learn of the things he's doing and he cannot have that out. So he has to destroy their credibility by attacking them first. It is the same ploy over and over and over. It's not new. It's not something new. It's something he does a lot, you know? Well, according to Karen, again, there's another message in the chat, and she says that she trusts Nick through and through. He's about the, like, one of the only people that she trusts through and through. So that's what she said. That was out of the horse's mouth. So I think maybe, yes, they are, on the same page, Yeah, he was in the chat. So, and he did again say, Paul McCartney, I'll stand together. Right? Imagine. Oh, you're a mom and you don't have to care about those things? Interesting. While you're doing 3 live streams a day? I don't have time for 3 live streams a day. I'll fucking tell you that. It's amazing to me. These are the same people that have no problem taking people's money and then laughing at like, oh my God, that person only has, 1,000 subscribers. I mean, yeah, you start somewhere, don't you? And if you don't lie to your audience to grift and you don't lie to gain huge audiences from other people, then you have to slowly build up. That's kind of the way it works. You want to fake the funk. Eventually that karma is going to bite you in the ass, but don't say you don't have to care about it while you're doing 3 fucking live streams. And you're a mom? Well, how are you being a mom if you're doing 3 live streams a fucking day? Come on now. Stop it. Come on, stop it. I mean, let's not be hypocrites here. I can definitely, agree to disagree on things and agree on other things with other people. But this kind of shit is what I mean. Don't get out there and say shit like you don't have time to care about these things. We know she's watching it. We know she knows what the fuck's going on. She just doesn't want to speak on it because she doesn't want her audience to bounce. It's right in front of you, right? It's something that's glaringly obvious and staring people in the face, and yet they choose to just be willfully ignorant. And I can't get with that. I can't get with the willful ignorance. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Right? Can agree to disagree without tearing each other apart or harming one another, because that's just weird shit. We're grown-ass adults. Listen, you might not agree with me on this case, but you might agree with me on a different case, right? You might enjoy the chat in another way on another case, right? Oh, that's probably because I needed to be following you back. By the way, I don't always get, like, if I'm not on there, I don't always get all of my follows. I don't know how to look them up. If it's not in my notifications, they don't all go into your notifications. So my bad. But I agree from you. But the problem is he thinks he's better than, but almost every single person he quote exposes, he doesn't expose. He lies. Okay. He projects. There's a lot of things that he says other people have done that I have literally seen the receipts that never happened, but I know for a fact he did. So what's that called? That's called projection. He's constantly accusing people of doing things he is doing. People just don't know because it's behind closed doors. Well, I know because the victims come to me, right? Not all of them, but some of them. I can't even imagine how many other ones are out there, to be honest. Fully animated, right? Awesome. I mean, most of them are bad actors at this point. If people haven't figured out that it's a lump of them all sort of working in tandem, why do you think all of them were quiet about this all at once? They were told to. They communicate. They were told to. All right. They're not very good liars. If people weren't just being biased, they would see right through it very easily. Same, but I was here and on Spaces, so I couldn't exactly say anything there, but the screenshots were coming in and I was like, oh fuck. Like I didn't see the pin cards because I didn't reopen the live until this morning to go through the messages that she sent. Once she wasn't there anymore, I bounced out of it. I scrolled a little 1.5 through close to the end, and there's like a lot of music playing and a lot of saying their names and that they might have talked to Karen Reed, hence why I'm saying I go by Twisted Tragedies and this is some fucking clown shit. Like I mean, it's not hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? It's not. A lot of them are going to try to distance because they don't want to have to admit what happened. They don't want to speak on it. If they speak on it and they say the wrong thing, they lose half their audience, which means half their money. I'm sorry, but I cannot imagine not standing by my morals and standing my ground on something and being told that I need to be quiet or knowing that I need to be quiet because if I don't be quiet, I'm going to lose audience or money. Well, so fucking be it then. So be it then. That's not the audience I want. Right? Oh, dude, you have no idea. Most of these people bought brand new cars during the trial. I wish. I don't have a car. That would help me immensely with my sick dad and child. Like, that would be amazing. I don't have a car. I chose the hard path because the evidence pushed me a different way. I could have just kept screaming free Karen Reed and raking in the cash if I wanted to. That would have benefited me. What would have benefited me was to shut the hell up and just say Karen was innocent and go with the flow and keep cashing in. That's what would have benefited me. I think it benefits me in any way to change my position, be attacked, be harassed, speak up for people who are being harassed by these same bad actors, okay? It doesn't benefit me in any way. As a matter of fact, it hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts my channel. I'm not gaining anything from that. So when someone literally says some dumbass insult like you just a grifter, I have to laugh. I literally just have to fucking laugh. I gained nothing. I lost from saying my actual opinion. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of fangirling happening. Short of a picnic. All the sandwiches short of a picnic, all right? And again, there are plenty of people who think Karen's innocent, aren't shitty people, and aren't running around harassing people and bullying people. And I can get with that. I can be friends with someone like that. They can have a different opinion, and also they're not fucking assholes, right? But there are a lot of them that are just need some serious fucking help. That's very serious, you know? Oh, come at me. Maybe you should learn how streaming works. There's actually over 400 watching at the moment, and that's pretty good for a channel of 2,500. So maybe if you're going to insult someone, learn how to insult them and actually learn how streaming works, considering I'm on numerous platforms right now, and you're only seeing the number for YouTube. There's numbers at the top here of the total of people. So, oh, Melanie is classy and doesn't allow people to talk about other people. That's funny. That's just a bold-faced lie. So bye. Bye. Don't come in here and fucking lie. Of course she does. Of course she fucking lets people. She sits there and trashes people all the time. Is that real life? Like, don't fucking come in here and lie. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Right? She doesn't talk to her chat unless you send her a fucking super chat. The fuck are you talking about? Like, I mean, to be fair, is that anybody's business? I do, but is that anybody's business? I mean, I have a terminally ill child and a sick dad. I also have other children. So even if I didn't, would that be a fucking problem for someone? Because I would love for someone to tell me it's a fucking problem with a terminally ill child and a sick dad and other children to take care of and a household to run. I fucking dare you. I really do. It's not a just asking. It's a trying to troll. Troll somewhere else where you actually know what the fuck you're talking about. I have none. 0. This is the amount of fucks I give right now about bouncing people out of here. Okay? That's how many. See, there they went. All the fucks that I had. They're gone. There they went. Bye. All the fucks I had, they went. They're gone. Right? Well, I mean, you can't call the dude a liar and then it's in front of you. Now what? Now you're going to apologize to him? You know? Nobody, that whole, the third party recorded it. That didn't happen. Just FYI. That didn't happen. He takes his first phone, records it on speakerphone with his second phone. That's why he has 2 phones. It is something he has done numerous times already. Okay. This is not new to him. It's not something new that he hasn't done before. He has done this a million fucking times. Right? Give me that good laugh. I'll fucking take it. The abuse I literally take from some of these people is fucking amazing to me. It's fucking amazing. Right? Point. Right? Why don't you go to those channels? Go to the fucking free Karen Reed channels, dude. Bounce yourselves out of here. Also, learn how fucking streaming works, bro. If you're streaming on multiple platforms, you have multiple numbers. I have here at the top of my screen, it tells me the total number of people, which right now is 431. Last night was over 1,000. There's 251 actually, as 52 on X and 183 on YouTube. If you're going to insult someone, learn how. Also, those are pretty damn good numbers for somebody with such a small fucking channel like mine. So your insulting isn't working when all my numbers are up. Just FYI. You don't, and yet they do. It's fucking amazing to me. Well, thank you, Melly Mel. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate you, Ash. I mean, realistically, these people don't know my life, but to say something like that is just so absurd to me. Yeah, people should absolutely be able to ask questions, but how dare you ask a question of Turtleboy? You know? How dare you ask a question of him? You know? It's the point. Like, I hear that one a lot. That's always their famous one to me, which is get a job. I'm sorry. Come back to me when you have a fucking terminally ill kid that has a disease that less than 200 people on planet fucking Earth have, and a biological dad that is on his way out and needs help. Also, while you're at that, I want you to run a podcast, run an entire household, take care of other children, make sure you do all the shopping, all the laundry, all the dishes, all the cleaning. Oh, make sure while you're at it, you take your other small children out to play, and then to boot, travel everywhere via Uber and Lyft while living paycheck to paycheck because you don't have a car, right? I would love for someone else to step 10 fucking minutes into my life and then tell me some shit for real. And also, while you're doing all of that, make sure that on top of that, you then do your volunteer advocacy work and you help people get out of domestic violence situations. You help elderly people make sure that they keep their utilities on, sign up for Social Security. You do all that. Do all of that, then come back and talk to me, okay? Till then, all the fucks I gave flew off into the fucking sunset. You guys know I'm mostly an open book, and that's why I don't care about answering them. But it's the audacity for me. For me, it's the audacity. They have no problem running into one of these lying people's channels and dropping a $50 donation on Venmo or Cash App or, Super Chat, Super Sticker memberships. They have no problem doing that. And all those people are entitled to make money. Cool, that's fine. Never knocked them for it, right? What I said is there's a line that shouldn't be crossed. You shouldn't be willfully just lying to your audience. I'm sorry. That's where the line should be drawn. Period. You have a fucking problem that I said that, I don't know what to tell you. I make my money honestly, okay? And I don't make a lot. I'm a small channel. I mean, hello, we're an hour and 14 minutes in. I still haven't even got a single donation yet. You don't hear me bitching and whining. Some days I don't make any, and some days I make 100, 200. I mean, I can't control it. It's what people feel they can give or want to give, right? And I'm appreciative of any of it because nobody has to. Right? No one has to, but I'm still going to be here. I am still going to stick up for the people who don't have a voice and the people who are being fucking bullied into silence and threatened because it is not okay. And I don't give a shit if you're on the free Karen Reid side or not free Karen Reid side, being bullied and threatened into silence the way they did to Jen O'Donnell and Esty and Nance being bullied. And then on top of it, the people over here, like, I'm sorry, but it's fucking wrong. And I either call it out across the board or I don't call it out at all. Well, that's half the problem, right, Lisa? They forget that their hero isn't so much of a fucking hero. Now is he? Right? And record shit. He knows. Of course he knows. He changes his tone down on purpose, On purpose. It's just amazing to me, And yes, that's the thing. He's asking for defense funds for crimes he committed willingly and knowingly. It's amazing to me. Hey, pay for my defense fund so I can keep going and committing other crimes. And also, people make money for me so I can go and attack you guys later on because you didn't make enough for me, or I got jealous about your numbers, or whether the petty nonsense that he has, Of course, only after Jed, he told everyone that if he found out the recording was real, he would do an entire stream on it and he would change his opinion because he does not condone that. Then last night he said, well, he changed his opinion on that too. Now that he knows that it's real, he doesn't actually want to do a whole stream on it. He just wants to say nothing and it's really no one's business now. Even though that was not his stance 2 days ago. Because the receipts are out now. He didn't think those receipts were ever going to come out. It's amazing to me how fucking fast they backpedal. Yeah, he went to Harmony Montgomery's mother's door. Like, who does that? This person, I don't care if they were an addict or not, they lost their child. You don't know the circumstances. You weren't there for that person's life. How fucking dare you? Didn't somebody just tell me last night he doesn't go after children, which was the most bold-faced lie I've ever heard in my life? He does not go to other states to record. Let's be very clear here. He used that as an excuse probably a year and a half ago. Oh, well, I go to Rhode Island sometimes and I just record them there. He does not travel to Rhode Island to record his phone calls, okay? He does them here in Massachusetts illegally. He does not go out of his way to drive to Rhode Island and then use a one-party consent state law. He's too lazy. You know? He still lied. Bottom line, he's a liar. And he lied. Not just about one thing, but about a bunch of things. He lied about having lunch with Meredith. He lied about playing it to Meredith. Then he went and threatened Meredith. Then he lied about recording it all together, right? Then he lied about the text, and then he lied some more. I mean, bottom line is lie. He lied, okay? I think she absolutely is, but I have already exposed a lot of that. Just people don't listen. I mean, my people listen. People come here and actually know that I wouldn't just say it to say it. They listen. But I have already exposed it. He tried to literally blackmail her in trial 1 because he didn't get a seat in court, and he was mad about it because Karen didn't want to talk to him because she told him not to go to his ex-girlfriend's house, and he did it anyway, and he committed a crime, and he got arrested, and her phones got taken because of that for a second time, and he put her in a shitty predicament. Then he screenshotted things that the police now have, so that was also a problem. Then he kept using her name as, I got arrested for Karen Reed. I'm only going to jail because of Karen Reed. And in reality, he's only going to jail because of himself and his own actions, not because of Karen Reed. He did not get arrested for going to Karen's house. He got arrested for going to Lindsay's house and wiretapping her and threatening her. So Karen got mad and was like, stop saying you got arrested for Karen Reed. That's the narrative you're feeding everybody. That is not why, that's not why you got arrested. And it's not. And I told you guys probably a year ago that she was pissed off about that. It's not something that's new that he knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, she bitched about it recently now, but then his little fits that he threw about Howie Carr and her going on other, places, that was because he believes he should get all the credit. No matter how many times he says, well, I don't, need all the credit. It's not just my story. He says that to people, but that's not what he actually believes. What he actually believes is he deserves all the credit everywhere and all the money, and everyone else should just sit in line behind him. That's what he thinks. For real, because that is how a narcissist works. That's their ego is unmatched. Okay? I agree with you. It is. The go-to is also to flip it around on someone else and play the victim. It's unfortunate. I agree with you. You're one of few people who's seen my child, and it's unfortunate. Right? What the fuck does your hero do? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. The fucking cojones is right. Oh, Panda, you have no idea. Why do you think he's so upset about them having his phones? Because there are quite a few blackmail recordings in those phones, including Scanlon, Lucky, and a couple other women. I'll say more than a couple other women. There are recorded illegally wiretapped phone calls. This is when I say this is a pattern. Okay? A pattern. This is not something new. Well, that, right? If you didn't record it, you don't have to get mad when you get fucking caught. Moobs. He's got moobs. Boobs. He doesn't like when you talk about his arms. I don't know. That's a good fucking question. Still, I don't think anybody's seen her. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think anybody's seen her. Yes, the right way to treat women while he's cheated on his wife, his ex-wife now, a multitude of times, and numerous other women over and over and over. Yeah, the right way to treat women, which is like, bro, the fact that you've entitled anything that is amazing for me. Aw, Ash. I just got our first donation, and it's from Ashley. Thank you, Ash. And she sends 10 and says, just because. For just because. Well, I love you. Appreciate you, Ash. I appreciate you, my friend. Hey, Holly. But that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he Literally, yeah, he definitely goes after children. He took your kids on his stream. Like, come on. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So for somebody to say that to me, I was like, is that real life? Of course he goes after children. Stop it. Oh, yeah, I have it right here. Thankfully, LA sent it to me. I was just, like, distracted by, like, the million messages I'm getting, and so it says that today, memorandum in order, wherefore the defendant's motions are allowed as to the negligent infliction of emotional distress claim asserted by Kaylee and denied as their claims for reckless and or intentional infliction of emotional distress. The defendant's motions are denied in all other aspects. So, yeah, that's basically what happened is the defense's crap was denied and they allowed the one thing on Kaylee, which is like that's a big loss for the defense there. He can't keep his mouth shut. That's one big one. And yeah, he can't keep it in his pants either. But you agree. He has a couple more problems in those, but those are definitely the big ones for sure. You know? Yeah, it's not a loophole. He's, located in the state of Massachusetts. It's a two-party consent state. He uses that as an excuse. Like, oh, well, I could drive to Rhode Island, but he doesn't actually drive to Rhode Island. And somebody said, well, what's the, and that's why he got do you guys realize this is why he got a Rhode Island number? That's why one of his phone numbers is a 401 number. Like long ago, he thought that just having a phone from Rhode Island with the area code would allow him to do this because that's how fucking stupid he is. And so that's why he has a 401 number. So someone else on Twitter said, oh, well, what's the area code of his phone? What's the area code of his phone? That matters. No, it doesn't. It's the physical location of where he is. Doesn't matter what the area code of his phone is. Oh my God, I can't believe it's already 3:08. Holy fuck. I'm going to have to do a spaces later on because I'm not going to be able to do this twice because, right now because I'm going to have to get my kid off the bus in a minute. Yeah, the rabbit hole. Yeah, the emotional. Yeah, but just Kaylee. It applies still to everyone else. He did get what he wanted. You guys do have the best relationship, and that's the thing. People don't seem to realize how many lies that they get from him. He probably is having a coronary. Yeah, the thumbnail title was ridiculous. So ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. Definitely the way to support the channel. If you would like to donate, we appreciate you. We definitely need your help. We're just a small channel. We don't get by like the big channels do, donation after donation after donation. So we appreciate when y'all donate because we definitely could use the help. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Revolut. We have a link over in chat, and it's also in the description of the video. You can use if you want to use credit or debit. That also works. There's a lot to cover. I have a lot to still, yeah, I know, to go over, but I'm not gonna have time before I have to get my kiddo off the bus because I'm a mom and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got mom shit to do. Unlike doing fucking 5 streams a day, I can't do that. But I can do a spaces in a little bit. I can do that. I absolutely 100% can do a spaces in a little bit. So I know some of you don't have. That's the thing. Some of you don't have X. That's the only, and I like to include all of you. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe I can do a spaces and a stream later on tonight. But I'm definitely going to do a spaces. I wanted to do much more on this live, but the time goes by so fast with you guys. Honestly, I wish I had more time, but I do not. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do a spaces later. I want other people to be able to talk about this, and other people wanted to talk about this yesterday and didn't get a chance. I don't even know how I would do spaces in Discord. They're both on my fucking phone. But what I could do is I have to wait until my husband gets home from work, and that's not going to be until 7:38-ish. But I could wait until then and then do a spaces and a live stream at the same time so you guys can hear what people on X want to say via the spaces. How about we do that? I think we should do that. Well, that's why I'm saying I would live stream it here so the people who don't have spaces on X can hear it here. I can do them both at once like I did last night. Because that's just the best way for people who don't have X to hear it, you know? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. These people act like he would never do that. No, I can't connect my spaces to live here. I can get on it on my phone here and everybody can hear like I did last night, which is probably what I'll do because there's not another way to do it. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. You know what? Make sure you pay attention to my Twitter, Mark, because I know you wanted to talk last night and you didn't get a chance. So I'm going to do a spaces so that you guys can do that tonight. I'm just not sure about the time yet because I have to wait for my husband to get home from work. So I'm, it varies between like 7:30 and 8. And then I'd have to have some time to, get the stream ready. But, oh yeah, that's right. I should be able to do it that way too. Either way, we'll do it tonight and I'll just try to figure out I won't know until he comes home what time. So what I would tell you guys is this, where I don't have a foolproof plan about what time, I can tell you it'll be after 8, probably closer to 9. And as soon as he gets home and I talk to him, I can tell you guys a better time about exactly what time I'll be live. Also, just watch out for the notification too. I'll post in Discord as I always do, or have Jesse do it. And then I'll post to YouTube, like our little community tab thing as well. So I think Ashley, Benny wants to know if you're available to talk after the live. And I will be. If anybody needs me on the phone after I get off this live, you're more than welcome to call me because I'll just be outside getting my little off the bus and then letting her play outside with her friend. So, all right. I love your singing faces. And I guess I will see most of you tonight then, later on. I've never done 2 live streams in one day. So, that'll be fun, right? That'll be fun. If you want to donate in the meantime, maybe buy your girl some ice cream or some breadsticks. You can do so one of the different ways. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Revolut. Thank you, Ashley, for your donation from the show. There's a link up in chat and in the description of the video where you can use a credit or debit, works for all different countries, just like Revolut and PayPal do. We have wish lists. Those are in the thing. You can get yourself a membership. You can do a super chat, a super sticker. And once the live is over, there's this thing called super thanks that you can put in the comments, which I didn't know existed until I got like a $4 one day, which was kind of cool. So until later on tonight, I love your stinking faces. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, change your notifications to all, and I will see you guys in a little bit. In a couple hours, I will see your stinking faces. All right? Bye.